Alright, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Book of Shadows YouTube channel. I really appreciate you being here, and I want to thank everyone for anyone who's commented or subscribed. Any input is appreciated, really. Like, even if you're like, well, this is trash, you're crazy, that's fine, Say what you want to say. I'm all about freedom of speech. I'm going to be exercising that freedom today with this video. And I want to start by saying that today's conversation is a mature conversation, and that I realized that I might be lighting a fire with what I'm going to say. But hopefully not a fire that does any damage or burns anyone, but a fire that provides a warmth and a light and an inspiration and a spark that we really need right now. Because humanity is living in darkness. We've lost our lights, and we need to regather them. And I want to start by saying that there is, right now, light coming to us. Light codes which can enhance, repair, and restore and upgrade the human DNA, the essence of who we are. The most important thing is our DNA. But something has happened to the DNA. It's been corrupted. And that's going to be the topic of today's video, is how that has happened. And what we can do to alleviate and repair ourselves from this corruption. We have to understand that we are on a plane of consciousness, a third dimensional reality. And we are seated below and above other planes of consciousness. And these lower planes of consciousness, those are the plants, those are the animals, those are the rocks, the minerals, the ocean. And there's always this notion that humans are the rightful owners or rulers of those lower kingdoms. And through using our light, the power of our DNA, we can control or manipulate those lower kingdoms. Now, control and manipulate are probably the wrong words to use, because spiritually, what you really learn to do, and again, this is real stuff, is to work with those energies, those organic life forms, the plants, the animals. These are teachers. The earth is a school. This is something I've been saying. So are we learning our lessons here? The animals, the plants, the trees, the waters, the oceans, these are the wisest teachers. But they're on a lower plane. We are above them. We have an intelligence and a spirit that they don't have. Now, the amazing thing about our mind, or our spirit, is it is limitless. And like I said, there are higher and higher planes of consciousness than this one. And we can learn to access those planes of consciousness. And man, it's beautiful up there. It's free. It's limitless. It's expansive. It's all-encompassing. And what I'm saying isn't new. Like, this is known. It's known that you can access the fifth dimension, the sixth dimension, whatever. Like, yeah, higher consciousness is here. We can access it. But here's where things get dicey, and here's where today's video might kind of, again, light some fires, is because there's an agenda on this planet that doesn't want you to know that. They don't want you to go up there. They don't want you to expand. They don't want you to know that your mind is completely free and limitless. They want to imprison you. There is an agenda that has imprisoned humans in darkness. And saying that, I know, is like, I might lose 75% of you and you say, James, you're fucking crazy, you're a lunatic. I am a lunatic. I know I'm crazy. But am I harmful? Am I dangerous? No. My mind is hyperactive. Because I've been to these states, these places of consciousness. And I've received the upgrades. And I want everyone to. I want everyone to experience paradise. But, like I said, there is an agenda that wants to shut paradise down. Look at the oldest story that we have. You know, one of the oldest stories that we're all told about Adam and Eve in the garden. And how they were cast out from the garden. And there's a snake coiled around a tree. Because, in truth, the way that they've done this, the way that this prison system, this imprisonment of the mind has been done or perpetuated, is through the kundalini. Through the life force, through the sexual energy. And if you can't learn to control and cultivate that energy, then welcome to the prison system. Because they've got it. They've got you. And so I don't want to come on too strong with that and to scare people, because if you're watching this, chances are, if you're listening to this, chances are you want to get free. Your mind wants to be free. We all want to experience freedom and limitlessness. And we can. And we will. But knowing that there is an agenda against that is a sort of armor. I'm not interested in creating paranoia or fear or this rabbit hole or this conspiracy theory, because I see how people get lost in that, in the fear. But fear is the gateway to wisdom. If you can embrace fear, if you can learn why you're afraid, then you can break free from any limitation that's been put on you. And we've had a lot of limitation put on us. So, to get back to how this manipulation, this evil agenda I'm talking about Like, okay, so how has that happened? Like, how do they do that? How do they control and manipulate the mind at a massive level? And again, I'm telling you, it's the Kundalini. The Kundalini, the life force, the sexual energy, when activated, when properly cultivated, when it's ready, is a world creator. It builds a world by itself. It generates a reality. It generates a consciousness. That's how powerful it is. And that is an innate ability that we have. But again, they know that. This is known. What I'm saying is not new. But if they know that, if they've already gotten to the apple, if they've already taken a bite out of it, before we have, then we're not living in our world. We're not living in the world of our creation. We're living in someone else's projection, someone else's agenda, someone else's reality. That's what's happening. That's what's going on. Now, again, I keep bringing this back to the Kundalini, to the life force, because they've set up a system whereby our life force, our energy, can be harvested and controlled. This is why corporations, marketing agencies, and that's why they use sexuality to draw us in, to captivate our attention, because they know how powerful of a force it is. The attraction in the allure of the sexual energies. That's at the base of this physical reality. Those energies of attraction are the base of creation. And they've learned how to manipulate that. They've learned how to control it to the point that they can basically ensnare whole bloodlines, whole families, and shut them out from their birthright, which is freedom. That's happening. That's happened. That's scary. So again, I know what I'm saying is a bit of a bit of a fire, it's a bit of a what? Like, are you saying that I'm imprisoned, that I've been enslaved? And yeah. And I'm sorry to say that. Because no one wants to hear that. I don't want to hear that, but I know it's happened to me. I know what that's like, to feel imprisoned, because it's happened to me, spiritually. But now that I see how it's happened, that I understand the energy that was used to imprison me, I can take it back. I can own it. I can cultivate it. And I can heal, repair, upgrade, enhance, free, enlighten, enliven. Those are the light codes. That's what they do. That's higher vibrational energy that's coming down to us now. But if our crown isn't open, if our crown isn't awake, if there's a virus in our minds, if there's a virus of the crown, if there's a coronavirus, then how are we going to know that? I mean, what has been done to humanity is shameful. These manipulators, these rulers, these exploiters, they should feel ashamed of themselves, and they will be shamed. Everything comes to the light eventually, including us. And like I said, we are all on different octaves or wavelengths of that light. But there exist spaces where we can all come together. And that's the beauty of YouTube and the internet, is that there's a cloud where all this information can gather. So today is about freedom. Today is about understanding how your life force, your essence, your DNA, how that is inherently free, limitless, expansive, all-encompassing, all-knowing. That's you, that's your mind. The mind is nature. But make no mistake, nature, this planet, this earth, it's already been mapped out. It's already been put in a grid. The secrets and the mysteries have been uncovered. And there's an agenda that is now holding a control or a dominion over the consciousness. People are living under dominion of other agendas, other beings. So get out of that dominion. Pull yourself out of the darkness. Free your mind. It's not easy. There's a lot of ensnarement. There's a lot of traps. There's a lot of things that can pull you into the confusion, into the chaos. And again, it always comes down to discipline, to meditation, to cultivation. Because through the practice of those things, do we learn to free our mind? Do we learn to access higher levels of intelligence and consciousness? Through those things, can we see the darkness? Can we see the veil that's been pulled over our eyes and really understand what's going on this planet? Because that's what I'm talking about today, is the dark agenda that's gone on this planet for so long, so long. Entire families, bloodlines, lineages have been shut out from their light for centuries. So we need to find our spirit in our mind, and we need to free it. And again, that's why I said this is a mature conversation, because it really does all come down to the sexual energy. Men in this world can't control themselves. They can't control their minds. They're not disciplined. They see women as objects to be used for their And that one little thing that happens all the time is how this whole corruption has taken place. Because it's a marriage of spirit and earth. And if your spirit is not married to the earth, which in truth we all are, but if we let our minds become corrupted enough to just see women as objects, as booties and boobies, and not the embodiment of Mother Earth, of nature herself, as a spirit embodying lifetimes of generational wisdom and trauma, then if you can't do that, then you're not disciplined enough. You know? And this agenda, this dark control, this manipulation, that's exactly what they want. Because it compromises the mind. And if the mind is compromised, then they got you. Then you can be put in under dominion. And most people have been put under dominion. So I say that men need to reclaim their minds. And I say that women need to reclaim their bodies. Because the body is the earth's language. The earth speaks through your body. Your body is the earth. And your mind is that's your spirit. That's the thing that can transcend this whole reality, this whole physical experience. And there's a marriage between the mind and the body, between the heaven and the earth. But what I'm saying is that marriage, on a collective level, a mass of humanity, it's been corrupted. So we need to realign the heavens and the earth, the spirit and the material, through discipline, cultivating ourselves, cultivating our mind, meditating, connecting to nature, grounding in her wisdom. And that is a process, and that is a journey. And you'll go through a lot. But at the end of it, you'll have been reclaimed. Your spirit can come home to its birthright. But make no mistake, we're on that journey now. We are in the process now of getting free. But we have to see the obstacles and the agendas that we face. As men and as women, we need to reclaim sovereignty over ourselves. And I know I said men need to reclaim their minds, women need to reclaim their bodies, but it's both. Men need to reclaim their minds and their bodies. Women need to reclaim their minds and their bodies. And we will. This great mystery before us of self, as soon as we, and this is something we've been taught by previous generations, as soon as we see each other as objects, that's how the whole thing shuts down. How the mystery can't breathe anymore. Because mentally, we've just compartmentalized ourselves and our partners as objects and not an embodiment of the living, breathing, mystery that surrounds us, of the earth itself. Because everything comes from the earth. This is all our mother speaking to us. Are we listening? I mean, she's screaming, and some people aren't even listening. She'll continue to until we wake up. So we need to wake up. We need to get our lives back. We need to get our spirits back. So, go out and get those light codes. Okay, claim them before the controllers and the manipulators do. Because they're constantly coming down to us. It's open. You can go there. Your mind is free. So I hope you have a beautiful day. And again, I don't mean to create this paranoia or this whole conspiracy theory thing about us against them, and because I know we've already won. The light has already conquered the darkness. Conquered is the wrong word. The light and the darkness are married. Right? But we're living in darkness now. So if we find the light and become a tether, then we can achieve balance. And I could just go on and on. So I need to stop myself and say, all right, I've ended. We're good. That's today's video. I hope this was inspirational, eye-opening, helpful. And again, please comment, please subscribe, share your thoughts. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you. And we'll be back with more. All right.